Imagine a world blanketed in ice and snow, vast plains where mammoths roamed, giant bison thundered, and predators ruled every corner. Among them was a hunter unlike any other, the dire wolf. Larger, stronger, and far more terrifying than the wolves we know today. It didn't just survive, it dominated. Every step it took, every hunt it made, left its mark on the Ice Age world. But then, it vanished. For over 10,000 years, these apex predators existed only in fossils, in the teeth and bones left behind, and in our imagination. Until now, a bold company called Colossal Biosciences claims they've brought them back. Dire wolves, extinct for millennia, alive again. It sounds like science fiction. It sounds impossible. And yet the question lingers, can something extinct really walk the earth again? And if it can, what does that mean for the future of life itself? Long before humans ever built cities or carved their names into history, the dire wolf roamed a very different world. A colder world, a harsher world, a world where survival wasn't guaranteed for anyone, except maybe for them. Dire wolves were not the wolves we know today. They were bigger, heavier, and built for raw power. A full-grown dire wolf could weigh as much as a grown man, with jaws strong enough to crush bone. They didn't chase prey to tire it out. They overwhelmed it. They hunted massive Ice Age animals like bison, horses, and even young mammoths. When a pack moved, the ground belonged to them. For thousands of years, they ruled North America. From frozen plains to dense forests, their presence shaped the balance of life. Fossils found in places like the La Brea tar pits show entire packs getting trapped during hunts, proof that they were coordinated social predators, just like wolves today, but operating on a much larger scale. But then, the world changed. As the Ice Age melted away, temperatures rose, and the giant animals the dire wolves depended on started disappearing. Climate shifts, competition, scarce food. Whatever the exact reason was, one thing is certain, the dire wolf couldn't adapt fast enough. And so, around 10,000 years ago, the last of these powerful hunters vanished. No sightings, no survivors, just fossils buried in ancient tar and scattered bones in old riverbeds. For millennia, the dire wolf became nothing more than a chapter in Earth's past, a creature we could study, but never see again. Or, at least, that's what everyone believed. For the longest time, the dire wolf was untouchable, locked behind 10,000 years of extinction. But then, a company stepped forward with a bold idea. What if extinction isn't permanent? That company is Colossal Biosciences, a team known for chasing the impossible. Their mission? Not just to study extinct animals, but to bring them back. It all started when scientists discovered something remarkable. Ancient dire wolf DNA preserved in fossils. The odds were tiny. Time destroys almost everything. But inside a tooth over 13,000 years old and a skull even older, tiny fragments of genetic information survived. Not enough to clone a dire wolf, but enough to understand what made one. From there, Colossal used one of the most powerful tools in modern science, CRISPR gene editing. Their plan wasn't to create an exact copy. That's impossible with damaged DNA. Instead, they compared what little dire wolf DNA they had with modern wolf DNA. Piece by piece, gene by gene, they edited living wolf cells to match their ancient cousins. The process was slow, unbelievably delicate, and full of risk. But eventually, the cells were ready. These edited cells were used to create embryos, living beginnings of an animal no human had ever seen alive. And because dire wolves have no living mothers, the embryos were placed inside specially selected surrogate dogs. Months later, the world witnessed something that felt unreal. 3 pups were born, Romulus, Remus, and Khaleesi, the first dire wolf-like animals to exist in thousands of years. They weren't clones. They weren't perfect recreations, but they carried traits shaped by dire wolf genetics, larger heads, stronger builds, thicker fur, and behaviors eerily similar to the ancient species. For some people, this was a miracle, a scientific landmark, a glimpse into a future where extinction might not be the end. But for others, it raised serious questions. And that's where the real debate begins. The birth of those pups shook the scientific world. Some people celebrated it as a breakthrough, a step toward rewriting extinction itself. But others, they weren't convinced, and their questions hit hard. The biggest one is simple. Are these really dire wolves, or just modified dogs? Scientists point out a major issue. Dire wolves were not close relatives of today's wolves. In fact, They split apart on the evolutionary tree over 5 million years ago. Farther than lions are from tigers. Their DNA is different. Their lineage is different. Their entire identity as a species is separate. So when Colossal edits wolf DNA and creates pups with dire wolf-like traits, is that the return of an extinct animal? Or is it just the creation of something new? Some experts call it de-extinction theater. Others say it's misleading to use the name dire wolf at all. Then there are the ethical questions. If these animals grow into powerful predators, where do they go? What habitat can they live in? Should they ever be released into the wild? And what happens if technology gets good enough to resurrect more dangerous species? Critics worry that de-extinction might distract from saving endangered animals that still have a fighting chance. Supporters argue the opposite, that this research could protect species on the brink by giving us tools to restore lost genes and rebuild ecosystems. It's a tug of war between imagination and caution, between what science can do and what it should do. And in the middle of it all stand 3 pups, living symbols of a future we're still trying to understand. So what does the future look like now that creatures like the direwolf stand at the edge of returning? For some scientists, this is just the beginning. If we can recover fragments of DNA from something extinct for 10,000 years, then suddenly, the impossible doesn't feel so impossible anymore. We're talking about restoring genes, rebuilding lost ecosystems, and maybe one day bringing back species that vanished before humans even existed. But the truth is, de-extinction is not magic. It's not about resurrecting perfect replicas of the past. It's about using what we can recover to build something new, something inspired by what once lived. Colossal's pups may not be true dire wolves, but they represent a doorway, a step into a future where extinction might not be a permanent sentence. And with that power comes a massive responsibility. Because when we tamper with nature, when we bring back traits from animals that once dominated entire landscapes, we're not just rewriting history, we are shaping the world our future generations will live in. Maybe that world will be richer, wilder, and more beautiful. Maybe we'll restore forests and save species on the edge of disappearance. Or maybe we'll learn that some things went extinct for a reason. Whatever happens next, one thing is clear. The story of the dire wolf isn't just about the past anymore. It's a story about us, about what we choose to create, what we choose to protect, and how far we're willing to go to rewrite the limits of life itself. And just like the dire wolf stepping back into the world after thousands of years, we are all stepping into unknown territory, a place where science, imagination, and nature collide, a place where the ancient and the futuristic meet. The dire wolf began as a legend, a fossil, a memory frozen in tar and time. But today, it's a reminder of what we're capable of, for better or for worse.